Trevs Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, it's worth mentioning, between all my channels, well, the two that I still have going now, and the one that I barely use anymore, if at all, this is video number 400. Honestly, didn't think I'd be at 400 at this point, but we're here. That's a good thing. Today I'm winging it. I have no script written for this. This is just completely what I see is what I'm talking about, and what I do is how it comes out. So no guarantees this is going to be a consistent flow, but we'll make the best out of it. We're going to talk about the 1995 Quebec Nordiques rebrand that never happened. And who knows what it would have turned out like if it did. Either way, let's talk about it. So we have to rewind the clock a bit. 94-95 season. Season before, the Nordiques had just missed the playoffs, which sucked because for them, they had just made the playoffs the season before that. But this season was shaping up to be a good one. Peter Forsberg was playing his rookie campaign. Joe Sakic was still a constant. You had Wendell Clark, who was another part of the Eric Lindros trade, as was Forsberg. Adam Deadmarsh, coming into his own there. They had Owen Nolan still. They had Yui Krupp in defense. Stefan Fiset, Justin Thibault in the net. And they were coached by Mark Crawford, a relative newcomer to the coaching game. Not much changed, but not much stayed the same. They were still a small market team, and they were still losing money. And with the addition of every arena having luxury boxes, and Le Colisée not having luxury boxes, it was really hurting the pocketbook. According to their owner, Marcel Abou, they were operating at a $10 million loss for the last couple seasons. So they were doing everything they could to at least get some kind of a sales pitch or some kind of merchandise money coming their way so that they could at least be somewhat competitive. I'm not going to explain how their last season went, but they did make the playoffs. And they only lasted one round, losing to the eventual Stanley Cup champs, New York Rangers. Actually, no, sorry. Rangers were the champs the season before, because this was a lockout season. That's right. But they lost to the Rangers in 6 games. And during that time, they came up with the idea that they're going to change their logo set. And it was a really sweet design. It was a 90s design, obviously. It was a really sweet design. Here's the logo. Like, that screams 90s, especially with the teal in there. But I like it. I liked it when I first saw it too. Now, I'm no expert on economics and marketing trends and how things like that. But a logo like that, yeah, you would have sold. You would have made your money back and then some. Now, what about the jerseys, you're asking? Here's the home jersey. Got to remember, in the 90s, home teams wore white. They didn't go back to colored at home until 2003. Here's the roads. So all in all, a really sweet concept. But it's like that old adage, too little, too late. Not long after this set was introduced, and not long until it was after announced, they were eventually sold to a group of investors from Denver, already having places like Atlanta and Phoenix knocking on the door saying, hey, we're interested if you guys ever go to the market. They ended up going to Denver. And the rest, as they say, is history. But let's think about what could have been if this design, if the Nordiques stayed long enough to wear a logo like this. And in hindsight, with the retro reverse jerseys from last season, they could have did something like that instead of, coming out with the Colorado Nordiques jerseys. But you win some, you lose some. And maybe somewhere down the line, an idea like that could get revisited. You never know. It would work perfectly for the Avalanche. I mean, tweak the colors a bit. It could work. It's not impossible. It's not out of the realm of possibility to give it a shot. But I'm not the marketing design genius for the Colorado Avalanche, and they're not phoning me, which is kind of a shame, but it is what it is, right? Just keep going day by day. So that's another one of Trev's hockey shows. Well, thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're here. This is a working thing for both of us, so it's a great thing. But while you're here, since you've made it this far, hit that like button. If you want to, hit that red button that says subscribe. You know you want to. Subscribe makes you feel good. Makes me feel good. Just do it up. My socials, they're in the description down below. Moving forward, I've always got something up the sleeve for the hockey show. I got to get back to the favorite jerseys. Then I got to get back to that book at some point. I've put the book off for quite a bit, but that's not a bad thing. That book will come in handy when it comes in handy. But either way, in the meantime, in between time, I look forward to hearing from Trev. Later.